So I've just watched a little video about Uranus, which, unlike any other planet in our solar system, so to speak, rolls around the sun on its side and has an 84-year orbit, pretty long, 84-year orbit, and sometimes its axis points almost exactly directly at the sun. Its rotational vector is 98 degrees off from the plane of the ecliptic. Just a few degrees more than, as it were, totally on its side. Presumably it was bumped this way early on in this formation of the solar system by collision with something that knocked it off. In any case, the first flyby of a space probe saw no weather patterns on Uranus. At the time, its axis, I think southern axis, so to speak, I'm not sure how they decide which is which, was pretty much pointed at the sun. So there was very little sunlight at the equator and full sunlight at one of the poles. And they saw no weather patterns. Subsequently, as things have moved on a bit, and it's no longer pointing straight at the sun, the axis of rotation, the Hubble Space Telescope has investigated a bit and found that there are interesting weather patterns, a la Jupiter and Saturn and so forth. I guess Neptune also. The gas giants. So the weather has a lot to do with the axial tilt, like on Earth, 23 degrees or whatever it is, 22 point something, I don't know. Axial tilt, which is the principal mechanism underlying Earth's seasons. When the northern hemisphere is angled towards the sun, the southern, of course, is angled away from the sun. And at that time, it's summer in the north and winter in the south. And when the angular tilt is so to speak, parallel to the sun, which is a weird way of saying it, but in any case, when neither north nor south is angled towards the sun, then it's an equinox. It's equal nights and days, and in between, or moderate weather. Planetary issues. just a byproduct of our incredible technologies. Space telescopes, my goodness. The original technologies were sharpening, carrying, projecting, action at a distance, spear point, stabbing at the attacking leopard who gets hurt and runs away. You can't do that from close up because he'll rip your guts out. Same thing with human enemies. The farther you can reach them, the safer you are. So you begin with a spear, stick a double-edged blade on the end of a stick by hook or by crook, however you do it. The point is to get that point farther from your body, and then projection weapons like throwing the spear thrower, a sling for the rocks, and bow and arrow. Then gunpowder. Developing from the blunderbuss that kind of blew a collection of rocks or pebbles or whatever the hell at your adversary, like a shotgun, but short distance. And now we have ICBMs. MIRVed, in fact. Multiple independent re-entry vehicles. How the hell they guide themselves, I don't know. But now there's the technology to send a lethal device literally halfway around the world. And halfway is all you have to go to get from here to any other point. So, MIRVed ICBMs. We'd better, as Dr. Hawking pointed out, and many others as well, establish a human colony on Mars. And maybe on the moon too, but Mars is a safer bet. That if our limited sanity fails us on Earth, which it might, we are in a position now, I believe, to wipe out at least civilized life on Earth, probably all of human life on Earth, maybe pretty much all complex life, like big stuff like us, on the entire planet. If somebody is insane enough to trigger off a multi-way, tit-for-tat atomic war. You blow up my cities, I blow up your cities. Wonderful. You make enough fallout to irradiate the entire planet, I'll double you on that. I'll make twice as much. Yeah, I win. Oh yeah, for sure. The top cats have their retreats under the mountain and may survive. Maybe not. If they're halfway smart, they'll include far more women than men in their retreat, because it may be the only way to reseed the earth with humans and, goodness, everything else. After the nuclear winter comes to an end. Uh, 11 minutes. And it's not low battery yet. Well, what do you know? And I found 2 pennies in my pocket. It felt like one, but it was really 2. To use to tighten the adapter that goes between the camera and the GorillaPod. So I have a penny, not only you could call it a pfennig, but it's a euro cent. Not only do I have one by the computers where I usually change batteries, but now I've got one right here by the camera and my comfort salon. I can't think of anything else worth saying or even not worth saying, other than that life, the universe, and everything is a wonder. And how 3 gigabits or 3 gigabytes, I'm not sure which, the nominal information content of human DNA, of our whole DNA set of chromosomes or whatever, acting upon or acted upon by proteins and so forth in a cell, like one egg, fertilized. How that builds a body with a mind or preparation for a mind, and with instincts and preferences and, things beyond and enhancing the one purpose in the universe, which I love to say is stayin' alive. Other than some kind of entity that can contribute to the course of its trajectory through time and space, like by moving its legs or whatever, and so forth. Only such an entity would have a purpose. Stayin' alive. Unless you play the God card. Oh yes, God has a purpose for the world and the universe and the earth and every one of us, and he loves us each and, all that bullshit. Pleasant, baby, comforting bullshit. Yes. Oh, yes, you're loved. Infinitely loved. A baby that's not loved will die. An older person that's not loved would in the old days, now it's not quite so severe, be ostracized. Nobody comes running when they scream for help and so forth. And die. So why do you like to be loved? Staying alive. It is built in. It's built in. Along with that lust for power and status that makes politicians and cutthroat competition. I'm going to be on top. I'm the one. Ich bin der Führer. Oh, it's actually sickness at this point, but what would we do without it? I really don't know. Oh, I have a low battery symbol now. 17 minutes. Ich bin der Führer. I am the leader. You will do what I say. I can bite you and you can't bite me back. Top chimp. Yes. Lovely. I don't think there's any alternative. No matter how much the girls like to think of equality and cooperation. Yeah, cooperation in competition with the threats against us. Cooperation in creating a human-friendly world. That's true. Cooperation. I mean, chimps do it too. When a group of chimps from one troop encounter a lone chimp, or maybe just a few, fewer, but a lone chimp from another troop, apparently the common thing is to kill it, to kill him. At least it applies to males, and I don't know about females. Of course, there's the bonobo example also that everybody feminist loves because they're so nice to each other. Yeah, sex is for bonding and feeling good together, whatever, including same-sex sex, at least for the females. I don't know about the males. And I think that in bonobo troops, the young girls, the next generation of girls, females, stays with the mothers, and the boys roam. where with the other chimps, the ordinary chimps, I think it's the other way around, that the boys stay together and probably go off and steal girls from neighboring groups, and maybe some from the local, but whatever. 20 minutes. That's enough for now. I think I'll have a drink of water and then another bite or two of sashimi. Ciao. Namaste.